Well, we're gonna go see if I can get some corn planted. And like I said, I gotta run the column mulcher over that down there yet, but gonna load it up with the seed, get everything I need to take down with me. Hopefully it's gonna go good down there. So far today has not been good. I might end up having to do something different with fuel lines on this tractor. I don't know what the hell's going on. It started this morning like it had air in the system. I had to fire it off about 5 times before it finally started. And I normally don't have that problem. I've never had that problem, like I say, until I changed that fuel line there. I don't think it's the big one, it'd be the small one. But, like I say, it's been fine until today. But the thing is, I've had that upper tank full. Now, right now, I just put fuel in it, but so it had nothing pushing down to the bottom tank. And since everything is below the fuel pump and stuff, I must have an air pinhole or something, an air leak something, I don't know. But I don't see nothing leaking. I mean, the only way it wouldn't start is if something air got in the line. Nothing's dripping around the filters that I changed. That's all dry up there. This is all dry. Now where it goes to go down to that tank, the bottom of the hose over there is damp. But there's nothing wet. And like this is the line here. Probably can't see on my finger. That's wet where everything else is dry, but you look underneath there, nothing's wet, that anything's been leaking. So I don't know why I'm getting air in the line somewhere or what. So we'll see. As long as it starts, I don't care. Once it starts, it should be fine. And then the next problem I had, I hooked up my monitor, and I have a wiring harness made up that I've left on this tractor, so I can hook up to the TMR mixer and something. So I always have 12 volt, and nothing would turn on the monitor. So I don't know if I got a broken wire somewhere in here. The fuse was good, but I went and got my other cord that I have made up. So when I go like bagging for somebody and they want to use the inoculator, this is long enough I can reach up to the battery on a tractor and run back to run that. So I got that cord out, hooked it up, and that's working fine. So we'll see. I mean, when I want to get something done, that's when things go wrong, I guess. And that's the other fun part. I should have bought 4 bags of this seed and been done. But I bought 3. So now I got to divide 3 between 4 boxes. And then again, like I say, I don't think it's going to be enough seed. So we'll get some seed in here and see what it does. See how close I can make it. Oh, that's one bag. But nobody's seen corn like that in a planter around here. That ain't even graded seed either. You can see there, like I said, right there's a small one compared there's a big one. See, got several different sizes. Got rounds, flats, which don't matter with this planter, but you know what? It makes me a little bit pissed off. I was kind of warned about buying from this place. But everybody else is almost $50 to $100 more a bag. And again, I guess maybe you get what you pay for. This was more than what I paid for that other seed I got. This one isn't even clean. I mean, you can see all the fines in there. They just ran that through a goddamn sheller and that was it. So right there's a round seed. There's flats. There's 2 different size seeds right there, or 3 different size seeds right there. Broke one right there. Son of a bitch. Well, again, don't amount to nothing. It'll make silage. Something will grow. I guarantee that. Hopefully the turkey and stuff don't eat it. I mean, usually this is treated for stuff, for insects, and some of that's treatment is a repellent for geese and crows and turkey. Maybe not geese. Geese don't give a shit. Land rats. But yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of the seed in there and say, I'm gonna put it in the ground. It'll either be up by the next time it dries up, or I'll go down there, disc it up again, and plant something else in there, I guess. Now, I'm gonna finish putting seed in here, and then I'll be back. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I got graphite on this now. But I'm a little disappointed. A lot of broken kernels in there. As I say, I could have ordered this from other places, a hell of a lot cheaper. But they were labeling it 50-pound bags, whole corn, for milling. Now, it's no different. It's the same corn. I probably should have bought them bags. I don't know if they would have cleaned them or not. But when I'm buying seed, I expect it to be cleaned. I'm not crazy about all these fines in this. The different seed sizes don't matter to me. I don't care about that. But the broken seeds, kernels, and the fines in there, that does bother me a little bit. Because I'm paying extra for seed quality. That's what I was figuring I was buying. To me, this is milling quality. So, instead of paying the $96 for this stuff, I could have paid $68 or whatever it was for the milling and been just as far ahead, I guess. But now, I might be using a lot more seed than I figured on using. Because from what depending which sites, I mean, I look at so many different things. The recommendation for silage is like, it might be as high as 28,000. I want to say 26,000 to be on the safe side. 26,000. For grain, they say anywhere clear down to 12,000. Well, I ain't planting 12,000. I don't see a problem with higher populations. The issue is, okay, last year I planted at 29,700. It's what the planter's set at here right now. 29,000 now, just under 30,000. I can't read it. Yeah, 28.7 is where this planter's set at. You read the bags, it says 90% germination. So that would get me down in that 20-some thousand range, in the higher end of the recommended. And then I don't want to say the industry standard, but you're going to have plant loss. You know, worms are going to get some of the seed, birds are going to get some of the seed. So even though 90% germinates, you're not going to get all 90% of them plants go through. And I think they pretty much estimate about 10% loss. So from that. Maybe not quite that high. But if so I'm figuring here, I'm going to jump this up where I normally plant around that 31,500, whatever the hell the next one up is. Because if you times that by 90%, that gets you down to 28,000 something population. And then if you have a 10%, say 10% loss, that gets you down just under 26,000. So that gets me into the range, the high range, what they recommend for silage, which I don't know. The difference would be I might end up with a little smaller ear with a higher population than I would, but you could fertilize to compensate for that. So as of right now, I guess I'm going to bump this up to the 31,000. I didn't figure out how many. I'm figuring this the same as the guy from the Krugs. He told me that was one of their bags is roughly 81,000 kernels. Maybe I should open up one of them soon here and see how clean they get theirs. But I'm sure this is more than 80,000 in this bag. So this might actually end up being enough to plant that down there. It's 3 bags, say it was 81,000, that's 243,000 kernels divided by, what did I figure was down there last year, 11 acres? I say I'm probably going to need another bag of seed to finish up. So we'll see. I am taking some of that Reed's Yellow Dent down with me to finish up with. And we're going to get what we're going to get. So I got to finish this up and figure out my setting and get that changed. It ain't that big of a deal. Let's see. What do I need? I need 2816. 2816. So I gotta go this sprocket and this sprocket. Would give me that. See, I got double mine. Mine's at 14, 12. The newer planters, like I said, this one older planter, they had these wider sprockets. The newer ones have twice the teeth on them, but they're the same size sprocket, and you just use a different chain. And my book is for a newer planter, so if it says 28, I got to go to the 14. And it says 16, I got to go to the 8. And it's no big deal. All I got to do is take this spacer out, slide these over, put it on this side, and then I got to move over 3 here over to this one. So I got to move these 3, slide this over, and put the 3 spacers back on that side. I'm going to double check everything and get it changed. Now I came down here where I hid my seed from last year to get that out. That seems to be 2 full bags right there. That's that Reed's Yellow Dent. I don't know if it's because of the day on it or not. Can't read for shit. These are 50-pound bags. Seeds per pound, 1,524. What's that? 80. A little over 80,000. And this is the rest of the corn I got left. I'm not even sure what I have left in a bucket. Should be one of these here. I don't know if I got it marked or not. But one of these is like a 102-day corn. The other one's a 95, 98-day corn. So I got time to plant these. These are the hybrids I had from last year yet. And I got 2 full bags and 2 part of the bags. Well, know, it's two of one variety and part of one's of another. I don't know. But that's what I got there. But I'm taking that down because I just figured it out. If there's 11 acres down there and planting 31,500 per acre, figures out to 324, 300 some thousand kernels. Divide that, I divided it by 81, figuring there's 81,000 kernels to a bag. So this will take over 4 bags to plant that down there. So I got 3 in the planter, and it should take one of these bags too, if not more. So I'm taking them down, and we're gonna plant what we can plant. Be nice if I could sell. Well, kind of do have some that sold. No, maybe not. I guess he doesn't need no hay this year. He was getting silage off me. All this second crop here. Like I say, I guess nobody wants to buy hay. Got tires here. I don't know if I try to sell these or not. You know, this is one off the Ford. These 2 are off the International 38s. The reason why I'm keeping them tires, if I can find a set of 38-inch rims and hubs for that International, I got tires for duals. That would make a good dual tire too. But that's the one I took off the Ford last year because it's about bald. Well, like I say, maybe 1% tread. Had problems plowing with it last year, so. But I'm going to get this loaded up and start heading down there. Yeah, one more fast check before I head out of here, make sure everything's working. Maybe I'll see it or not. There's one there. Seed up there. Seed there and there. One there, there. There. Can't tell if it's dropping at the right pace. That's part of the problem. I'm driving slow because I'm on the hard driveway and I don't have the planter all the way down. So I don't know if it's actually driving like it's supposed to. All I want to make sure it's dropping seed. So when I get down there, then I'll make sure something ain't slipping. My chain stayed tight. So I just wanted to make sure everything was going to drop, everything's going to run, and like I say, we won't worry about the rest of it down there. The depth and everything, I think I might have to lower it down a little bit this year. So, got to put my stop on, locks in, and then I'm going to head down there. So, gotta love it when your day goes from one to another, good to worse to bad. Good God, I just got up here. Got the planter unhooked, was backing up to the column mulcher to hook that up so I can get over this ground. And I get out and I hear this. Found that damn thing in a tire. So great. So that's going to be a patch in the tube. This is a tire I just put on last year, used tire, but it's the one I just put on. If it wasn't for the calcium in it, I might make a run for home. So now I'm waiting for my cousins to come back to give me a ride up home. I just passed them down at the house. Both vehicles are there, and they had just left to go somewhere. So I gotta wait for them to come back. So I guess we're gonna get some international action now. Well, I'm trying to get started. Got the international down here. I didn't video any of fitting this because I'm so far behind now. It wasn't gonna take time. Just watching dust kick up anyhow. Got the column mulcher run over it. Got the planter on it here now. Started planting and stopped to check my depth and stuff. And luckily I started over in that corner where we're over there. We can see where the green ends over there. That's my start point to here. And I thought it was funny. I was trying to adjust my monitor, and I'm turning that knob way lower than I ever turned it before. The lights finally did go out. I'm like, something. So I stopped to double check things here, make sure. I'm gonna try, well, I ain't gonna try to check the depth here now, because what I found out is, luckily I'm finding it now, but I screwed up setting my spacing. I had the right sprockets, but the wrong shafts. There's a driven, the upper one's the driven, and this is the driver. Because this is the one that's turning that one. And I had them reversed. Let's just see what I was planning. Okay, 16, 26. Oh, I was only planning about 13,000 to the acre where I had that set at. So glad I caught it now. So now I should be up to 31,000 to the acre where I'm supposed to be, or where I plan to start out at being. So I gotta get going at this. I don't know, I'll get a clip of something here. I don't know what yet, because I'm just gonna go if I can keep going, because it's 4 o'clock now. It's gonna be at least 7 o'clock before I get done here. And I gotta get done. I don't have no lights on this tractor, so I gotta get done before 8:30 at least to be able to head up home. So hopefully this is the last of my screw-ups, mix-ups, mistakes today. But the way it's going, I'm not gonna hold my breath. Well, I guess we're making progress. I got this much from 3 bags. I got that much more to go. Might be a little bit heavier than what I really want, but like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of ungrown seed. Now this here doesn't look bad, what's left. I'm finishing out these 2 rows. When I get down to the end, I'm dumping out what's ever left. Put the Reed's yellow dent in, and you can see the difference. This is seed quality. This was graded, this was sorted, this was cleaned. And I paid a lot less for this seed than I did that seed. So, and this is treated, this has an insecticide on it. So, but that was an extra cost, I think. You could got it with or without it, and I got it with it. But I did, these last 2 rows, I did cut this down to around 29,000 because I don't want to run out of seed. So, and I think this did pretty good last year at 29,000. I had that over on that piece, that's what I chopped off over there. So I'm going to plant that at that rate. That was some good corn. Just didn't make no ear. So when I get down to the end, I'm going to dump them out, and I can dump my other bag of seed in and hopefully finish this up. It's just before 6 o'clock now, so about an hour and a half to get this far. Well, I'll give you what everybody's waiting for. I'll get some video of me planting, finishing up here, make this one round. I'm almost done. This video is going to be just like my day's been. Long, jumbled mess. And like I say, the way this video is coming out is just the way my day's gone. But it's going to be what it's going to be. more passes and I'll finally be done. I'll be done a lot sooner than I thought it would be too. Which is a good thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to have a shitload of short rows on this end. At least there'll only be one spot. Last year I had short rows here and short rows over there. See 2 bags of seed should have planted what I got left here, so. Well, that's going to be all you're going to get of planting for today. There'll be more, like I said, I got more ground I got to plow. Got at least 8, 9 acres up home yet to plant, and then I'd like to plow about another 10, 12 acres yet, so see what happens. But I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back to close this out. Yeah, that's it. From that flag, that way is all Bloody Butcher, all that way is Reed's Yellow Dent. The only issue I might have, I've debated about it. That's 109-day corn, this is 110-day corn. There's a chance they're going to cross-pollinate. So, I don't know what's going to happen. But, I'm not too worried about it. Again, there's always options. I don't think there's a problem taking red corn in to sell. But, if that's an issue, when I get that picker going, I'll pick all this, put it in the crib, grind for myself. I mean, it's only maybe right in this general area right here would cross. That far side should be good. That should be good over there. So, I mean, I'll be able to save that, crib that for if I want to try to sell it to distillers. And then I can crib this, shell this, whatever. But I don't care anymore. Just want to get it in the ground early. Hopefully it's the right thing, and the next week of rain isn't going to drown it out. Yeah. Maybe I should have left this up at 31,000 too, but like I say, this is cleaner corn. I think there's going to be a better population from it. But I had figured about 4.2 bags at that 31,000. I bet I used right around that 4 bag, 4.2. But all, like I say, that's 31,000, this is 28 or 29,000, 28,000, somewhere in there. But I'm going to end this here. This video is probably way too long as it is. It's a jumbled mess just like my day's been. You get what you get like I get in life. I get what I get. So thanks for watching. We'll catch up with you later.